loaded up over here. I got everything over here set. Audio's good. You're coming in great. Picture's great. So we are good to go when you're ready, sir.
All right. Cam Radio, it's your boy Tony G, Big Lou, the sports book every Tuesday night. Lots to talk about. We got football coming up. Baseball's in full swing. Got a lot of basketball news. Golf is hot. Horse racing is hot. Canadian Football League. Um, so we got a lot to cover in a short time. The Cowboys signed Williams to a $105 million extension, $63 million guaranteed. We will see if that's going to make. I mean, we'll see. I think this year is going to be a true test for the Cowboys. They have a tough schedule. Um, they're pretty loaded on offense. We both agree with that. The defense was definitely a question mark last year. But at the same time, with the offense, we've talked about this before, and it always makes Cowboy fans hate us. But the offense does great when they play someone that's not that great. And then when they play a really good team, it's pretty good. It's not like it, not like the week before when it's 500 yards and everybody's running. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with the Cowboys this year. Um, they're in a tough division. We know Washington's going to be tough. We know Philly's going to be tough. I think New York going to put a few more wins on the board. Um, so yeah, they're in. I think they're in. This will be the year to define Dak and the Cowboys. I mean, that's
Hmm.
um, definitely something. Bridgewater retired today officially,
Yeah.
so it's
Hmm.
for good this time. I didn't realize he was in the league 12 years. I
Yeah.
guess I didn't really think. Yeah, I didn't think. I guess he just
He's
got
been
tired of.
around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's been around.
Journeyman. He's
Maybe
like one of those journeyman quarterbacks. He did a little time in Buffalo, Saints twice, San Diego. He's been some places.
yeah, that's right. He was at the Saints twice.
Hmm.
Then he was at my Tampa. No, not
I think it
Tampa.
was,
He wasn't at. He's been a couple places. He's been around.
yeah. He's like I said, he became a journeyman quarterback, but he uh he like I said, he was a journeyman quarterback. He's been around, but he's been consistent. But
Yeah,
he's been consistent in places, but injuries plagued him too. And and getting over the hump. Sometimes he would struggle to get over the hump. Like he's a great backup for your team because he's going to get you some dubs. But how far can he get you was the question a lot of people had on their mind. But great quarterback, great coach. He was coaching high school, I think, and they won the championship, if I believe.
correct.
But yeah, he so he's got some good things lined up. It's good to see him still in football, teaching kids the right way to play and discipline and things like that. So kudos to Teddy. Kudos to
Well,
Teddy
a
Bridgewater.
lot of them guys like him, Fitzpatrick, couple other journeymen. They don't always go in. They don't always end up in. I mean, it isn't like they've always walked into this great setup. And usually, when they come in, it's uh, things aren't at the best. You know what I mean? So
Right.
my hats off to him. I think he had a nice career. Did the best he could with what he had. Um, so I mean, hats off, hats off to him. Anything else going on with the Saints?
Well,
Been
business
pretty.
been pretty excuse me, been pretty quiet with the Saints. I've I've been checking in on some training camp news with the Saints, and it's not much being said. They've been quiet as kept and locked in. There's a lot of excitement about Tyler Shue's second season under
Right.
Kelly Moore's offense. Um, like we said, they've added some weapons on offense with HN. He's going to help Alvin Kamara stay healthy throughout the season, as well as Christopher Olave. He has help on the other side now with the rookie receiver that they draft. So I look for the Saints to they had the potential to win the NFC South, especially now with Tampa Bay and Baker not reaching the numbers right. You
Right.
know, is he? I think he's going to show up to training camp and everything because that's the type of competitor Baker is. But I think the Saints have a good they have a good chance to take over the NFC South, depending on what the Carolina Panthers. Now they did look good in the Hall of Fame game, but they had backups. Pretty seasoned backups too, because Kenny Pickett, although he hasn't bucked our eyes in the NFL, if you will, but he looked pretty good in that preseason game. But like I said, it's preseason. These are people that are trying to get jobs. So, and with him being in the league a little bit, he's going to have an advantage on those guys. But they both played well. I was very impressed. So I'm looking forward to see what the NFC South can, because anybody can rise up and take that division now. But
I
I
think
think the
nine.
Saints
I
have
think
a
nine.
yeah.
I think the Saints have a great chance. I think 9 wins wins that division.
Yes, absolutely. I totally agree.
I and I think the Saints can win 9 games. I mean,
Hmm.
there were some flashes last year. That I thought they looked. I mean, it's just consistency like anything else. But hopefully, moving in the right direction. Hopefully, they'll. I mean, I think they can win 9 games,
Hmm.
which would put them, I think, at the top of that division.
Right.
It'd be good to see the Saints go back to the playoffs, get a little excitement going
Yeah.
um, for New
Hmm.
Orleans. I think that would be a great thing. And so, if you guys follow us, Saturday night we were posting from the new stadium in Buffalo. I made many, many posts. We had
Hmm.
somebody there. Stadium looks good. Um, they're having a scrimmage. It was just a scrimmage. Buffalo Bills scrimmage looked to be pretty sold out. Looked, I mean, it was full. Um, so the stadium looks good, and it was just a scrimmage. It ain't going to get too far into all that. How Josh looked and how the defense looked. I mean, it was just a scrimmage, and they
Right.
were just um, having fun. Including the fans. So it was
Hmm.
definitely. That's why you guys got to stay tuned to our Facebook page because we're always posting stuff. Especially now that we're getting closer to football,
Yeah.
we definitely get some stuff going. Um, so that's something to look forward to. Um, Another thing is I was looking today basketball, and I'm gonna get his name wrong, but basically it's a very rich man that runs a Greek basketball, Demetrius Garoppolo. I can't. I'm sure I'm saying it wrong, but apparently he made a very big offer to buy Yoka out of his last year of his contract. Don't know what the
Wow.
exact total was. Don't know, um, but they both said no. Um,
Hmm.
Denver and him said no because he hasn't signed his max deal, which they're saying is going to be the super deal. Probably going to be like 278 million. He says he wants to be in Denver. He wants to retire there, but he hasn't signed the deal. I really think he's waiting to see if they're going to get him some more help.
Hmm.
That's what I think he wants to see how serious they are. I mean, I know they're going to pay him if he stays, but I think he would like another chip himself. Um, and I think that's some of what he's waiting on to see. Hey, what are these guys going to do? Are they going to make the commitment to the team? Um, Give me some more help. Give me some more bench players. So we will
Yeah.
wait to see another little topic that's been popping off, and I know you're a big Dodgers fan. The Dodgers have been slumping. Last 10, they're two
Yes.
for eight. I think last 20, they're 7 out of 13. A lot of people have, oh, what do you think? What do you think? And it's hard to know. I think, and this is just my opinion, I think with all that talent, I don't know if they get lazy, however the word you want to use, and they figure they can just coast into the playoffs.
Lackadocious.
I don't lactodocious. So I don't know if that's what it is. I mean, golly, they don't. I mean, they couldn't ask for any more superstars. Um, but I think last year they kind of just rolled into the playoffs,
Hmm.
nothing furious. Won the World Series, but they were close to losing the World Series to the Jays. The Jays gave
Hmm.
them all the smoke going to Game 7.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
hopefully they don't play it too lazy going into the playoffs, and then they can't get a groove. The talent's
Right.
there. There's no doubt
Hmm.
that the talent's there. But
I think it's I think it's here.
you
It's
think
mental.
so?
It's mental because they know the talent that they have. So they're getting lackadaisical, but it needs to be the exact opposite. Even though you have the talent, you have to work harder because you have that talent. Because you know that if y'all get into a crutch, you're supposed to have the talent on your team to get you out. Well, we're not seeing that. We're not seeing that on the
No.
field, and I think it's routine, consistency, and I think that they need to tighten it. They need to tighten their screws up a little bit. They tighten the screws, but they're not torqued. They need to torque those screws so that everybody will be locked in and they can turn their switch on when they need to. I just feel like because of the talent, you know, it kind of gets lackadaisical because you can rely on well, this is a top tier person, they got my back. But the intensity isn't there. I think they need to go back a little, get off the celebrity a little bit. Get off the high horse, get back down to the grind because the playoffs are not guaranteed to no one. And you got to have your A game. You got to be in rhythm. You got to be in sync, just like with any other sport. But I feel like baseball more because no other sport to me falls into the superstition of ways that can make your team lose, like baseball does. Everybody's got to be locked in. Everybody's got to believe on that same accord, and it goes with all sports. But for me, baseball the most because you can so easily, just like they were, smoking through the season. Now we're seeing where the inconsistency is coming in at
Yeah, we got to put out our condolences to Don Nelson passing away at eight. Was he 86 or 81?
86 years old.
Wow.
He was the second winningest NBA coach and NBA history. He in 31 seasons as an NBA head coach, he coached for the Milwaukee Bucks, the Golden State Warriors twice, the New York Knicks, and the Dallas Mavericks. Nelson finished with a regular season record of 1,335 wins to 1,063 losses. He retired with the most coaching wins ever, a mark that was broken by San Antonio Spurs coach Greg Popovich in March of 22. He made 18 playoff appearances and he finished with a 75 to 91 postseason record. So, rest in power to one of the most respected and loved coaches in the NBA, Mr. Don Nelson.
Correct. Correct. Um, And we still haven't heard anything. Is Donaldson coming back to LA?
Uh, haven't heard anything about that on that yet. Uh, I'm gonna keep you posted though. I'm gonna do some digging and I'm gonna keep you posted on that.
Because I know practice already started. I know he's been, I guess he's been at the facility. Um, I don't know all what they're talking about. I don't know. I'm sure he's trying to see if that's what he wants to. I'm sure he's trying to see if that's what he wants to do. I know he's still
Mm-hmm.
in great shape. And I'm sure it's a lot of mental about, trying to make that commitment. Um, can he be that committed after being off for a year or so and
Right.
enjoying life? I mean, like I said, he's still in awesome shape. It's just a matter of, does he really want to make that hell of a commitment? Um,
Right.
so, and then we got preseason starting.
Mm-hmm. We got preseason football starting. We got if I'm not mistaken, we got 4 games slated for Thursday. If
Really?
I'm not mistaken,
Let's pull
let me
that
do some
up. Let's see
research.
what you.
Let me pull
All
that
right.
up. Let me pull it up. Yes, we do. We got 4 games coming up this Thursday, August 13th. We have Bengals versus Lions. We have
Okay.
Steelers Packers. We have and these are 6 p.m. 6 p.m. That evening, and at 6:30 we have the Patriots against the Colts.
You got the
Seven
Packers and the
o'clock.
Steelers at 6 too. You got two games at 6.
Mm-hmm. 2 games at 6. There's Bengals Lions and Packers Steelers. Uh, when then we have the Colts Patriots. That's going to be at 6:30. Um, then we have Texans Chargers at 7 o'clock. We have the Raiders Cardinals at 7 o'clock on ESPN Unlimited. And then we got 49ers and Titans on NFL.net.
We got six
And
games on Thursday night.
yes, Thursday, August 13th, we got one, two, three. We got 6 games. And then Friday, August 14th, we got 3 games. Jets, Buccaneers at 6. Commanders, Dolphins at 6. They're going to be in Washington. And Broncos, Falcons at 6. Saturday. So it's football all weekend, y'all. Saturday, we got one, two, three, four, five, 6 games Saturday. Seven. 7 games Saturday. So, yeah. So all Wednesday, well, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday is football heavy. So good preseason football. I'm going to wait till the regular season before I start, digging in the crates.
Right.
But but for you guys that are not going to wait, I guess they should
The
be
overs.
yeah, take the
I mean,
overs.
yeah, I've taken a couple overs last year. I did okay with them, but I mean, that's about all you can. That's about all really that you can play with. I wouldn't get
Hmm.
too crazy, because you don't know who you're going to see for how long,
Right.
um, and you don't know. Like I said, you don't know how long they're going to play. But there's been there last year was definitely some overs, and they got everything priced pretty. I mean, from game one, it's let me see, 37 and a half. Game two, the same, 38 and a half. The Raiders, 39 and a half.
Hmm.
But like the Raiders, how long are they going to, is Cousins going to play at all? I don't know. Um,
Yeah.
how long are
I
they going to
don't
keep?
know, yeah, if we see how long are we going to see the starters and how long they're going to play is a big deal. So I'm with you on that. I would probably go overs, do the overs, and I would go that route.
or maybe
Because I'm pretty sure we're not going to
betting the
see.
first
Yeah,
half.
yeah. Because I'm pretty sure if we
Yeah,
do see any stars, we're not going to see them for long.
no, maybe a down. Maybe a series of downs. I mean,
Hmm.
no one's trying. We got a long season, and nobody's trying to cause anything that's more disgusting is when a star gets hurt during the preseason.
Right.
That's terrible. I hate to see that
Yeah.
because it's like,
Yeah.
oh man, that's kind of supposedly this is going to be my first year I've been invited to play fantasy football. I'm going to
Okay.
play. I've never. I mean, other than betting on, um, betting on the sites and stuff, but I've never done for a whole season. Somebody asked me why. I said I don't know. I just never really, um, I never. I guess I never really got into it or whatever. And this year, I've been to a couple drafts.
Hmm.
There's a group of guys that have been doing this particular league, I guess, for 15 years, and they got an opening. They asked me if I would be interested, and I was like, I've never done this before, but I think maybe um, I will. Should have fun with it. I know some people go real serious. I mean, there's all. I was looking at some. They got whole magazines and the projection of people. What percent are they going to perform at? And I'm like, holy cow, you guys are. Um,
Dialed
yeah,
in.
yeah, you guys are dialed in on this. I'm going to play a little name recognition, see what I could get, and go from there and have a little fun. Um, just have a little fun and see what I can do. They got a little app. I guess you do it all from your phone. Um,
Hmm.
so that's pretty cool. But yeah, this will be my first year ever actually doing a whole season of fantasy football. Wish me luck.
Nice.
Hopefully um, this year I'm going to try to do a little bit different. I'm going to try to pinpoint some games
Hmm.
uh, and maybe go fewer games, even though we don't go too crazy, but maybe
Right.
capitalize on one or two games and concentrate on those. I know like I said, everybody wants to hit the big parlay, and I had a friend of mine 2 weeks ago hit an eight team baseball parlay. Now they bet on this. They bet 250. They won 11,000. Now that's a hell of a score. It's a
Hmm.
great story, but do not think that's the norm. That's not the norm.
No.
This
No.
guy's a
No,
big
it's not.
gambler, and
Hmm.
he had the money to throw away at it, and he felt good about it. Because you start going 8 teams, 10 teams, $25 is a push. Um,
Hmm.
when you get up to that many variables, but he hit it, and so the parlays are cool. You want to pick one parlay a week, spend $5 on it. I don't bet. I know I see a lot of other people with stacks of tickets every which
Hmm.
way. I know they're all. I mean, my theory is I like grinding it out. Um,
Yeah.
try to win a few $100 every week, being
Yeah.
up at the end of the year. Um, I'm not against winning. I've won a couple parlays, but they're not. I mean, I've won a couple $300 parlays, $400
Yeah.
parlays. I think even a 530 once. Um, but that's not the norm. Those are just little parlays you put together on the side and go, man. I hope
Hmm.
whatever. We'll play this. Um, but like I said, this year I'm gonna be a little more pinpointed on the games, um, and definitely be a little more careful on the player props because to me the player props there is a lot of money to be made.
No.
Some of the put some of the player props. The problem that I have with them is, the casinos are to make money. So they don't always give you, what I mean, if Derrick Henry's average is 90, they want to give you minus 170 at 92 yards or something like that. And it's not really in
Right.
your, it's like, God, he's got to get 110 or 120 for me to be in positive. And when you start giving up that much juice, 190, 150, it's hard to make any money. Um,
Yeah.
you're gonna bet 50 to win, $10. I mean, that's not
That's,
you know, I
yeah,
mean,
that's
I
going
get it.
backwards.
Yeah, I mean, because you can lose. Um, now you got to, you didn't have that much in the pot. You weren't really playing for that much. You were playing for a $10 win. So I
Mhm.
think we're going to be a little more careful with that. And you got college football coming up. Uh, that should be very interesting again this year,
Oh yeah.
especially with all the money. Supposedly they're talking about changing some of the rules, controlling some of the portals, and I really think they need to. I think they need to
Hmm.
have some kind of limit on it. I'm glad that everyone's getting money, um, but at the same time, I think we need to have a little bit of control on the draft portal. This way you make your decision.
Absolutely.
You went, yeah,
Hmm.
you went there. You got to stay there for some period of time, um, not just go into the highest bidder because
Right.
somebody
Right.
wants you or whatever. But that's it kind of is what it is. And I don't have
Hmm.
any more news on LeBron.
No, it's
He
been
made
kind
them,
of quiet on his side.
yeah, yeah. They made the trade. A lot of shish and bob over it, and then all of a sudden it just kind of it faded out on us. And I thought we were going to get a little more. Um, and I really think Philly's trying to put together a plan to make a run for a championship. I really do. I
Oh
really
yeah.
think they're in
Hmm.
their heads going, "This is what we're going to do." Uh, we got LeBron. We got all these people. They've made some moves. Let's use LeBron as a coach on the general on the court, as you always say.
Hmm.
So
Absolutely.
I think they're really provided injuries, they have a shot. You know what I mean? They definitely have
Yeah.
a shot. I know there's a lot of other
Definitely
teams
do.
and talent. Yeah, I mean, so you can definitely see where they're trying to go with the situation. And this year,
Hmm.
NFL football is on what, six different networks?
Six different networks
Prime,
this year. Prime,
NBC, Fox,
NBC, Fox,
uh,
CBS,
Peacock, Peacock.
Peacock,
Golly, this
Prime.
such
That's
a pain
six,
because
right?
there's
That's six right there.
yeah,
You know.
yeah,
Yeah.
and they're none, and they're all, you got to join something. You got to be a
Yeah.
Prime member to get the Prime, um,
Yeah.
and then the Peacock. That's one thing that I
Hmm.
don't like, the direction that the NFL is going in. Don't really like that. It's kind of, I guess that's where the big money's coming in. Everybody wants to pay. Um,
Right.
top money, and I get it, and I guess that's the whole reason why we're flying all over the world. That's another thing this year. Watch those games when they're flying to these different countries. Watch your
Yeah.
spreads,
Hmm.
because there's a huge. They're going from huge time zone to time zone, and then depending on when they left, depending on, so those games are going to be something that you're going to want to watch. And if you're going to bet on it, make sure you got, like, are they coming from LA to Rio de Janeiro? Did they have enough rest? I mean, all that stuff is going to be a huge factor. Um,
Hmm.
all right, guys, we're getting closer and closer. We got college football in the next 15, 20 days, and then we got the NFL. First week is, that September 9th is that Thursday night game, or 7th. So, man, stay tuned. There's going to be a lot of great stuff. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. Don't forget to hit us up on our Facebook page, Sportsbook or Cam Radio. If you have any kind of thing, you want to reach out to us, reach out to the station. Somebody will be right back with you. I want to thank Big Lou, all the family at KM Radio. Thanks for tuning in to the Sportsbook every Tuesday night with Big Lou and Tony G on the biggest station in the land, K Ham Radio, where we go ham.
Damn.